All right, welcome back, everybody. I guess it's just you, Radu, so good to see you again. Welcome to the channel. After my vacation, I'm back. I'm ready to stream some KSP, so let's dive in. It's been a week, so I don't remember exactly where we are. I just know that we had sent some folks to some Kerbals to Eve, and we're trying to figure out how to get them home. So we'll see what this is about. Let's see how much delta V I have here. Right, the first woman won. That is what we named it. No, welcome back to the channel. Good to see you again as well. How much do we have here? 1765? Wait, we have 5,000 DV? That should be more than enough to get home. I can't quite remember. Did we do all the science? Let's see. Review store data 2. No, okay, so we haven't really done the science yet. What do I have on this vessel? I've got, right, I have all these little radial reaction wheels. Okay. There's another vessel in there. We've got a science junior. Who's on board? Mikey, Lori, and Radu? Okay. Well, with 5,000, we might just go to Gilly. I don't know. We'll have to see. Let's review our stored data here. So we took a Midlands crew report and an Ava science experiment. Okay, all right. So if we take a look at our orbit here, we're coming in close to our periapsis. I guess that's it. We have a very faint connection to the KSP here. This far out, I'm not surprised that it's pretty faint. What are we using for we're using this thing, a 15G Communitron HG55. Okay. And then in terms of charge, we've got 2650. We've got some monopropellant. We've got an ablator to get home. Okay, all right. This is looking pretty good. I don't remember leaving myself in this good of a situation, to be honest. Well, there's Eve. Let's get down to the periapsis and do a little bit more science, I suppose. Get a low orbit. I know nothing about Eve. So our periapsis here is at 98,000 meters, and given that the atmosphere on Eve goes to 90, we don't really want to spend too much time in it and slow ourselves down, but we could dip in for just a few moments at the very outside edge and change our biome into the upper atmosphere. But let's come down to the periapsis here, and let's do some more science. Wait a minute, let me just double check. So the quick save, the stream save was year 20, day 291. All right, so the stream save is where we are. Very good. All right. Weren't we going to try and land on Eve? Wait, we already did that, didn't we? No, we didn't land on Eve, and we're not about to try with only 5,000 meters per second of delta V. That's pretty much what you would need just to launch from Eve, and I don't have any parachutes on this craft, so landing would be a one-way ticket, if it was even survivable. We might try to land on Gilly, but let's do some science first. Let's come down here to the periapsis. Oh, we're going the wrong way around the planet. Okay, let's see what we can do. So we've already done, I think, a crew report. We've done the Ava science. Let's have an Ava from Radu here, Radu Jr. He can do a report. We're above the peaks. So that's an entirely different biome. Let's do another crew report. Oh, hold on. Let's Ava take everything out and then store it. Then board. Let's do another crew report. In space near Eve. Okay. So I think we may have... I'm not sure. Let's go ahead and do our other science here. We can conduct the material study. What else do we have on this ship? I don't even remember. What other... Did I put any other pieces on the ship? I would have thought that I would have put a few more science instruments on here. Oh, did I have a bay? I had a bay. Okay. That's why. So everything should be in here. All right, so let's log the gravity data. Oh, I didn't take this out yet. Okay, so we need Radu out again. He's gonna have to do a little bit of work here. Let's get him down here and see how much he can do. Can he? No, he's gonna have to Ava. Let's get him over to the science bay. Collect data and restore a goo canister. Take data. What else we got? Take data. And take data. Oops. Okay, that's that. I think that's everything. All right, that's everything we had. Let's get back in the ship. We can collect this data and restore the material study as well. All right, now we've got some data to work with here. Let's store these experiments. I guess one of them was a copy, so we can't use it. We're not landing on Eve because no delta V, Danbro, retrograde orbit. Yeah. Go 85 kilometers in atmosphere and end sciences. Yeah, I agree. We're going to dip into the atmosphere just a little bit and do a little bit more work here. Word anyway, dump experiments. Okay, there we go. All right. So let's close this up. And now let's dip ourselves, just dip our toe just ever so faintly into Eve's atmosphere here. And actually, what the other thing we need to do is set up a science action group so that we can kind of get this stuff ready to go. So let's go in and edit our action groups, and let's go ahead and set one up. So for custom one, we're going to conduct material study. We're going to do a crew report. That's going to be fine there. Let me open this back up. Let's aim the camera here. All right. Let's go back into our action groups. So we're going to, on custom one, we're going to observe the mystery goo. We're going to log the temperature. What else have we got here? We can log the pressure data. And then the other thing we have over here is, I wish you could see, we can log the gravity data. And I think that's it. Crew report, material study, temperature, gravity, pressure, goo. Yeah, that's everything. Okay. Let's close this back up. All right. Now, the next thing we need to do is get ourselves into the atmosphere. So let's back out a little bit. Don't do Ava report in atmosphere. You will die. Kerbal instantly burns up at 4.5 kilometers per second. Got it. Good tip there from Radu. Let's come out to AP, add a maneuver here. So we want our periapsis to dip just inside that 90,000 kilometer boundary of the atmosphere here. So let's start adding little bits of retrograde. Ooh, even less. There we go. 88 kilometers. We'll just be dipping our toe, and that should be just about right. So we're going to need to bring our engines way down to execute this accurately. Let's do that. There we go. That's a 6-second burn. That should be just about right. And let's face retrograde. Although I guess we're gonna change around quite a bit when we get to the other side. So let's just warp there. Or I guess I'll quick save first. Let's warp there. Okay, let's face our maneuver node. We have some solar panels here to make sure we're charged up. That's good. Okay. All right, so here comes our burn in 40 seconds. Once we're positioned correctly, we'll be able to hopefully get this just about right. Okay. Let's get up a little bit closer. There we go. And here comes the burn. There we go. Looks good. Okay, so now come back over to our periapsis and warp there real quick. Let's warp just outside of where this is going to be. There goes Gilly flying around. Okay. Now if we watch our altitude here, all we really need to do is get inside, just inside the atmosphere, and then press the 1 button, and all of our science should happen. So let's speed up just a bit. Watch that altimeter. There we go. Hit the 1 button. And here's a bunch of science. So, materials study. Oh no, what happened? Oh, we lost something. We came in, wow, we came in too close. I did not think that tiny little bit would matter. We blew something up. That's not good. What did we do? We lost our communications. And we lost, what else? What was on the top there? I don't even know. Oh, man. Wow, just that tiny little dip inside the atmosphere was enough. Okay. Well, we're back outside of it, so that's okay. Did we keep all that science? No, we lost the bay. We lost the Science Junior. It blew up. That's what blew up. And that was what our thing was attached to. So did we keep all that science, or... I'm not sure. We're outside the atmosphere. Let's EVA here and come down to the service bay and see what we can collect. And then I guess we'll have to go home because we don't have... We lost the Science Junior and we lost our communications. So that's not too bad. All right, let's let go. He's actually inside the science bay here. All right, let's collect the data. We can also restore the goo container. Take the data here. We lost the materials study. That sucks, but what can you do? And then let's come over here and grab this. No, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I think I just lost something. Okay. I think that's the best we can do. Gotta go. I'll be back soon. Hope you good luck. You lost Science Junior. Be back in 30 minutes. All right. Take care, Radu. We'll see you in a bit. Here comes Radu Jr. Let's grab that. Let's take the data, store the experiments. There we go. All right, everything's in there. Let's have him board. And I don't know, should we risk trying to go to Gilly now? We lost the Science Junior, so that materials bay is gone, and we lost our communitron, so we don't have a connection back to the KSC. Fortunately, we don't need that because we have a pilot, so we can still maneuver. We've lost our nose cone as well. Huh. All right, well, we still have quite a lot of DV. We actually have more DV now because we just lost a bunch of mass that we didn't need. So I think, I think we will take a chance here and try to get to Gilly. So, right now, our orbit is actually far too strong to get to Gilly. And our inclination's all off as well. If we set Gilly as our target, what are we looking at in terms of a correction here? Out here at the DN is probably the best place to do it while we're far out. That's going to make it easier, I think, to correct things. Let's take a look at what it would require to get us on the same plane as Gilly so we can land on it. And we are going the wrong way, I think. Are we going? Yeah, we're going the wrong way around the planet. So we're going to have a difficult time getting into a nice orbit here. We want to kind of shoot around and then thread this needle and come around and get into a proper orbit there. But let's see what fixing up our inclination is going to look like. Approach 1, approach 2, phase angle, inclination. If I unset the target, does it go back to 169? Okay, so our inclination is 169, so we're, yeah, negative 160. All right, well, let's see what this would take. Let's pop down a maneuver node and kind of play around with it. Moving farther away. There we go. That looks about right. Okay. So, start throwing some 5 meters per second. We'll start throwing some delta V at this and see what it does. That is going the wrong way. Okay. What are we looking for here? 180? Would that be right? Yeah, that 180, that's funny. So because we're going the wrong direction, 180 actually gets us where we want to be instead of 0, I think. We're completely upside down, but we're on the same plane. That's really interesting. I never considered that. So it's actually going to be only 20 meters per second to get our plane change. And then look at that right away. We have a very close approach. Maybe we can make this work. Hey, Michael, welcome back to the channel. Good to see you again. It's been a while. I've been on vacation for a couple of days here, but it's good to be back streaming KSP. I was kicking someone off property. So what you missed is we dipped just briefly into the atmosphere of Eve to try and do some science and blew up our Science Junior. It exploded. We also lost our communications dish and our nose cone, but fortunately the rest of the vessel was unharmed. So we are going to make an attempt here to not lose any more of the ship, and we're gonna go try to land on Gilly, Eve's moon. So to that end, our first maneuver is gonna have to be out here to correct our plane, and then we're gonna need to speed up a little bit to avoid going into the atmosphere again. Let's see, or maybe this. Where can I get this periapsis? Oh yeah, this plane change is going to push us out from 88 to 192, so we don't have to worry about the atmosphere. Okay. All right, I think we're good. This plan looks right to me. So we are going to face anti-normal and get ready for a 20 meters of delta V burn, which means we need to adjust our engine here again, our thrust limiter. Looks like a 9 is about right, maybe a 6. There we go, 33-second burn. We should be able to get fairly accurate with that. And let's see, we have the ascending node pinned. No, that's the wrong ascending node. We want the current ascending node pinned. Or, I'm not sure how this is gonna work. Well, whatever, we're just gonna do this by eye, I guess. So I'm gonna quick save here and we'll zoom out to this maneuver. Our ship, and we'll do our maneuver. Yeah, we only dipped very gently into the atmosphere, so the atmospheric height on Eve is 90 kilometers. We dipped down to like 88, and it was still enough. We were probably because of how elliptical our orbit is. We were going really fast. The pressure blew up the science bay, and we lost it. Well, what can you do, right? Okay, so here comes our plane change. There we go. I can measure these. I can watch these get closer and closer. Probably don't need them pinned. All right, here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's burn. And we can see our plane shifting into Gilly's plane of orbit. Get nice and close here and make sure we get this as close as possible. Jeb has a lead foot. Yeah. Well, it's not Jeb. It's Mikey Jr. He's our pilot, man. Your distant Kerbal son was the problem. And here we go. Very nice. Okay. So, with that done, closest approach, it's going to be ahead of us. So we're not going to be able to catch it this time around. Now, I'm wondering whether I really want to shorten this orbit or not. Probably I do, so that we don't have to speed up or speed down quite so much when we do encounter Gilly here. Let me make a quick save and then head back to the tracking station real quick to clean up some of this debris. So this, I think, is the nose cone. And then this would be like the Communitron that we lost. I think I do want to slow down just a little bit with this orbit. I think it's a little bit too elliptical for my taste here. So let's come down to periapsis and make one more maneuver, and then we'll try to get an intercept with Gilly. Let's come here and just add a little bit of retrograde to pull this orbit in. Oh, look at that. That actually brings us in real close. 23 days from now. Now, we want to come in on the inside. Do I want to spend 23 days in orbit here? I guess I don't really have a choice. That's how long the orbit is. So, let's do that. Let's go for this intercept. So let's scale it down just a bit. Seems like I can't quite get an intercept here. May be able to do a mid-course or something to fix that. Let's see. If I scale this way down, can I get it any closer? 153. Oh, there's an intercept. That'll work. Okay, we'll have to make another correction burn to get our orbit counterclockwise. So we want to come in on the inside of Gilly and be going this way, right? We need to figure out how to do that. But let's get this first burn done. We need to scale our engines down a bit. This is only 3.9 meters per second, and it's very fine. So we're going to turn this all the way down to 1. Turn this into a 39-second burn. And all right, let's do it. Warp to periapsis. Adjust our SAS to point at... oh, look at that. Yeah, we're definitely going the wrong way. This is going to be hard. We're going to have to burn extra DV to capture into Gilly's orbit counterclockwise, but that's okay. We have quite a bit at the moment. Somehow I don't remember doing it, but I prepared myself pretty well for this trip. Okay. Pointing at our maneuver node. 39-second burn. 40 seconds to go. All right. I think we're ready. Let's get forward and get ready for this burn. All right. Here we go. Corgi's done very well on this mission. I've been very happy with it. There's our burn. $355 ISP in a vacuum. Very nice. Only 7.5 kilonewtons of thrust, so if you look at our TWR, it's pretty low here, but that's because we have the engine turned all the way down to 1%. So it's got I guess it's got a TWR of about 1.0 if I turned it up to full. All right, let me focus on finishing this accurately. Maybe if I zoom out? No, that's not going to help. Just have to do it by hand. Okay. So now let's come up here and plot our final approach. I guess we can do it like somewhere like this. Maybe would work. Let's add a maneuver here, and let's start. Let's focus in on Gilly. And let's get a few little bits of DV change going on here. See what we can do. So let's start with like 0.5 meter per second because we're in closer, and we'll see what we can do. Okay, here we go. So which side are we coming in on? We're coming in on the wrong side still. So we want to come in on the inside like this and then curve around. Now, how far out is that? 9 kilometers? That's actually pretty dang good. I think I'm going to stick with that. Do we want to... We're a little bit off of its equator here. Do we want to push ourselves up just a tiny skosh? Like... Yeah, like that. That looks good. Okay. So here's our next burn. This is going to put us very close. 9 kilometers. I think that should be good. And then we can add, once we've got this finalized, we can add our circularization burn and see how much it's going to cost us. If it costs too much, we can always avoid trying to land on Eve and just do an orbit or a flyby or something and try to do some science that way. Okay. Let's quick save. And let's warp over to our maneuver over here. Okay, looks good. And let's go. How are we doing? Oh, I got a world first. What did I pick up? Suborbital spaceflight above Eve. Yeah, this was a mistake, but we did it. And atmospheric flight. Well, we got 80,000 for that. That's something. I guess that's worth the Science Junior. All right, here we go. Eve's coming around. Let's focus back on the ship here. Get ready for this burn. Oh, you know what? That may have been a mistake. A little bit too low here. Can I afford to pop this up just a little bit? There we go. All right, that's better. Start burn in 1 minute, 19 seconds. All right. Let's focus back on Eve to watch this. Now, where is Eve? Here it is. Okay, so we want to see this coming right down to here. All right, I'm ready now. Let's zoom forward. And there we go. 7 seconds to burn. Here we go. So I kind of forgot to adjust my engine, so we're going to have to sit through a minute-long burn here. But as things come in closer, we should see our projected course on this screen, and we can match it up real nice. There it is. Okay. Halfway through. I want this around 9,000. Ideally right on the dot, but let's see. Oh, it disappeared when I went into the... all right, we're going to have to do this by eye here. There we go. 8,700 and change. That looks really nice. Okay. So when we arrive here, the last thing, or the next thing to do is to try to get an orbit. So let's see how much it would cost us. Yeah, 800 meters per second. It looks like, roughly, to get a reasonable orbit here. Do we want to spend that? That would leave us with what? I mean, so landing on Gilly and taking off again wouldn't be that expensive. But we're talking about 800 here. It is expensive because we're reversing from a retrograde orbit into a prograde orbit. So that's why it's so expensive. Normally, I don't think it would be that much. Let's take a look at the DV map. I always like to look at the DV map here. So let's see. So for Gilly, from orbit to land is 30 meters per second, right? That's what this says. So from a flyby to orbit's 410, a lot more for us, but then we won't have that cost going back. So from the 800 we're about to spend, getting down to orbit and then back up should be really cheap, 30 meters per second. So we'll tack on another 100 because I don't know what I'm doing half the time. Call that 900. And then to get home, add another 410 plus 60, call that 500, so 14. Escaping from Eve is another 80, call that 15. And then we've got a plane change issue to deal with here, getting home for another 500. That's 2,000 to get into a capture of Kerbin's sphere of influence, and then another 1,000 to get home. So that's like, what did I say? 15, 2,500 some odd. And we have 5,300 meters per second of DV to work with. So unless I'm doing that horribly wrong, unless I've made some terrible math error, we should have enough to land here on Gilly and get home safely. I think. So we're going to try it. Amogus, welcome to the channel. Very nice to meet you. We kind of blew up part of our ship in Eve's atmosphere, and now we're trying to land on Gilly from a retrograde orbit around Eve, which is challenging, but not impossible. I think we're going to do it. I think we're going to do it here. So if we look at this, this is pure retrograde, not a problem. Let's get ourselves set up here. I guess it's better always to point at the maneuver node rather than the retrograde nodes when you're executing a maneuver. Mike says, depends on how well you land, I suppose. What am I orbiting? I am currently in a retrograde orbit of Eve. So the planet down here, let me see if I can shift to it. Here's Eve, the big purple planet. And we kind of screwed up in our insertion last stream and got into a retrograde orbit. And we have a highly elliptical orbit going out well past Gilly's orbit. And we've come around, and now we're going to snake around the inside of Eve and try and get into a proper prograde orbit around it. That's the current goal. That's what we're doing. So let's see how we do. Now, right now the burn time is 59 minutes. That's not going to work. So let's zoom in and fix our engines. Let's put this back up to full. Okay, so that's more reasonable. A 1 minute, 11 second burn to capture around Gilly. Hopefully we can make this work. Even without our Science Junior and our Communotron, which we lost, which blew up in the atmosphere. Let's do it. Here we go. What should I watch while we're... I don't really know where... Oh, there we go. There's the planet. Okay. So I don't know if that's Eve or not, but we can... Or if that's Gilly or not, but we can see Eve. Let's warp in. Let's watch this happen. Oh, there's Gilly. Okay. All right. Let's get our burn on. Okay. And in 4, 3, 2, 1, Z. Here we go. So we're kind of hidden from the sun at the moment. Gilly is blocking us. If I zoom out, where did the sun go? It's over there somewhere, but we're blocked. We can't see it because of Gilly. Let me go back to the map view here and watch this happen. Really interesting how it's shifting our orbit around Eve as we slow down. So right now we're on Gilly escape, but we are burning retrograde quite a bit, and we should capture into an orbit here. Let's see, mission 1, orbit. Oops, you can be silenced, thank you very much. Oh, hold on, I'm about to... my phone rang while I'm in the middle of a burn. Of course it did. What are those engines again? So that is a... I think that's the... Hang on, I'll check in a second. Let me finish this burn, guys. There we go. Okay. So let me answer your questions in turn. So Amogus says, how do I install Waterfall? So if you search for KSP CKAN, put a space between them, CKAN, that's the Consolidated Kerbal Action Network or something like that. And it is the mod manager for Kerbal Space Program. Once you have CKAN installed, and really all you have to do is download an exe and run it, then inside the CKAN application, you can search for Waterfall and install it that way. That's what's giving me those really neat engine plumes. For Michael, the engine in question is the KR-10A Corgi liquid fuel engine cluster. A very nice engine. I'm very happy with its performance on this mission. All right, so we're down to 4571. I would like to land on the light side here. So let me do a quick save, and I think we'll start burning retrograde here a little bit. We're still pointing retrograde, but I want to bring my Apo in, and then I want to land on the light side if I can. I didn't plan for a landing, so I don't have landing gear. So we'll see what happens here. Actually, let me check something. Do I have the Kerbal... Do I have the KerbNet on this? I don't think I do, because it's not an AI point. It's an actual crew module. Oh, but you know what I can do, actually? I can do a bunch of science in orbit around Gilly. So yeah, let me bring my Apoapsis in a bit. Oh, I hit the wrong button. That's not good. Let's fix that. I hit Z instead of X. Sort of screwed myself there. Okay. That's, I think, more like it. We're not hitting any mountains or anything. Gilly's weirdly shaped, so depending on your orbit, you might slam into a mountain even if your Apo is high enough. All right, that's better. That was a mistake. That cost us about 50 DV, I think, but what can you do? Mistakes happen. Like Mikey said, Mikey Jr. has a little bit of a lead foot here, our pilot. CKAN mod app. Oh, I got a serious bruh from Amogus. Yeah, I know. It wasn't too bad. I did hit the Z key or the Z key instead of X and kind of screwed it. But I quickly recognized what I'd done and I fixed it. So it's not too bad. I would like to land on this flat plane here, but let's go in and do some science first since we're in orbit of Gilly, we can do some stuff. We don't have any light, which makes it hard to see. One thing you can do in situations like this is you can go into the settings and you can set the ambient light boost up a little bit. So if I set this to like 40%, now I can kind of see my craft a little bit, even though technically it should be in complete shadow. But we'll say some light's bouncing off of Eve and giving us the ability to see what we're doing. Let's hit the 1 key here. That should do a bunch of science for us. So, mystery goo observation while in space high over Gilly. The goo feels right at home here. Love that. A crew report. It looks like a particularly lumpy rock that you could jetpack down there. And indeed, I'm pretty sure you can. With a DV from orbit of 30 meters per second, you could almost certainly jump down there. But we want to take our science instruments down to the surface and land if we can. Temperature scan while in space high over Gilly. This is the same text we've read before for temperature scans in a vacuum. There is no temperature. The gravity scan while in space high over Gilly's highlands. That's interesting. That's biome specific for Gilly's highlands. The sensor picks up the fluctuations in the gravity of this lumpy body. And then an atmospheric pressure scan. The instrument reads 0. It's as if it were in a vacuum. All right, there we go. Let's take Radu out. He's going to do an AVA report here and some AVA science. So there's the AVA report. And then we're going to let go here. Turn on RCS. And perform the AVA science. So we set this little nut spinning. He's done this before, but it's worth another 150 science, so we'll take it. Let's open up the service bay, get in there and grab all the data, and then reset all the experiments. We have to get a little bit closer here. That's not a moon. It looks like a space turd. The doo-doo ball. Yeah, okay. I thought you were recording Star Wars for a minute. All right, let's collect the data from the goo canister and restore it. Let's... It's a little hard to navigate in here. Let's take the data from the barometer. What else do we have in here? Let's take the data from the thermometer. And then if we come over to the other side, we can see, I think... Yeah, here's our gravity thing. Let's take the data from that. And that's all the science instruments we brought with us. Those 3 in the goo canister are everything. Plus AVA reports and the science kit and the crew report. That's kind of all we got since the Science Junior blew up in Eve's atmosphere. I gotta say, Radu Jr. is doing work on this mission. He has been that's like his 3rd or 4th AVA. Or EVA, I should say. Let's collect all the experiments and then store them. We got 21 experiments stored. I love that. That's a lot. It's a lot of science. Let's close up these bays. And now let's take a look at landing. All right, so we're coming around. Are we going the right direction? Or did we capture wrong again? Wait a minute. It looks like we're going this way. I thought I fixed this. Did I not fix this? Are we going... Hold on. I thought we were coming this way. But it looks like we're going the wrong way. Again. Damn, I thought I fixed it. Why are we not moving around Gilly here? Yeah, we are going the wrong way. We're going clockwise again. I thought... Damn. I really thought I had fixed this with our approach. I don't know what I did wrong there. Michael asks, are you going to take all that science to a station? No, because the way the stations work, they have to be in orbit around the body that you did the science on for you to get that huge bonus. So I'm just going to take all these experiments home. Because we don't have a science station here. How did I do this? I thought I fixed this. Well, alright. I guess not. Whatever. It's fine. It is what it is. Can't change it now. Now, like I said, I'd like to land somewhere around here. So I think right around probably here. Let's warp here. A little bit faster now. We'll start going a little bit retrograde and try to land on the surface on the sunny side. I don't know why it went so much further. I don't know what's going on. This is all messed up. All right. Well, whatever. Let's face retrograde here. Let's turn our engines way, way, way down here. Ooh, wow, look at this. I think down to like 5 or so should be good. Maybe even, I don't know, maybe even lower. Maybe like 1% would be enough. And let's start burning retrograde and see if we can land here somewhere. We're burning retrograde, right? Yeah, okay, good. So here comes our landing spot. Let's get it kind of right in the middle of this area, if we can. Coming in slowly, but we are bleeding off. I turned the engines way down. I might have overcooked that. Let me fix that real quick. Let's go up to like 3% here. And let's try a little bit more here. There we go. Now it's moving a little bit faster. Our surface velocity or orbital velocity is dropping. I'm not sure where in that area we want to land, but that little patch looks flat to me, so we'll try and land right there, I think. All right, I'm going to switch to the other view. Let's see. Dude Bale. Doo-doo ball. I thought you were saying Dude Bale. You're going to take all that. You still get a bonus. You just get extra at the original location. I'm sure it's 30% with extra 25. It could be wrong. Yeah, I could take all this stuff to a science station, I suppose, and try and turn it into more, but we really don't need more science. We have tons of science. What is this? Flyby of Gilly, escaped Eve, entered orbit of Gilly, suborbital spaceflight, spacewalk. Lots of firsts and lots of cash and science and reputation for it. Love that. Okay, let me switch over here now, and let's watch this landing happen. So we're 7,000 meters up. Okay. I think what I want here is to face the surface and bleed off my horizontal velocity, or just, I guess, just face retrograde, because we're landing kind of exactly where we want. So at this point, I just kind of need to get the timing right. Now, I've turned the engines way down. I think I'll give myself a little bit more wiggle room here, because we're trying to land. I'll push it up to 6. And then we'll just go by feel here. So I'm going to warp forward a little bit and watch this descent happen. Where's it trying to land me right now? There was like a flat patch. You know, I'm not sure this is going where I think it's going. Where are we landing here? We're landing right on this, above this. I guess we're landing like right down there. I can't tell. Maybe that's the flat part that I'm thinking of. It's so hard to see from orbit. Let me zoom out a little bit. Yeah, I think I'm trying to land on like this triangle-shaped area here. I think. We'll see how flat it is and whether I can land at all. Let's get a little bit closer here. Oh, let me switch, actually. All right, now we're coming in hot. Okay. So, I have no idea what we're working with on the surface here. We're just going to have to hope and pray that I picked this right. What I should have done is sent a probe to scan the surface and see if I can find a flat spot that way. There's something with CurbNet that I learned about over the weekend that maybe that could have worked, but... all right, so we're facing retrograde. Let's burn just a little bit here. Okay. That gives me a good feel for how quickly I can get my velocity down. And I think I'm going to change my plan here. I'm just going to burn off my horizontal as quickly as I can so that we're falling straight down here. So I'm just going to alter this a little bit and burn like this until I see this stop dropping. That feels pretty good. Okay. Let's face retrograde again. 500 meters up. I don't know if we're going to be able to... Well, we're definitely landing. I don't know if we're going to have a stable landing where we're upright. We'll find out. Okay. 370 meters. 12.5 meters per second. That's almost survivable as it is without damage to the ship. We should be able to take a little bit of liberty here. I don't know. This looks relatively flat to me from up here. You start burning. Down under 200. Okay. Down to 5 meters per second. That comes down to 50. We'll burn some more. Okay, 2.5 meters per second. Oh, wait, you know what? The ship is very tall. Okay, so we're on a pretty gnarly slope here. What do I want to do? How do I want to fix this? Let's face radial out so that our velocity is going straight up. We're kind of hovering here. I don't know. Maybe we could... No, I don't see us landing here successfully. Maybe on this little itty-bitty ridge here? Somehow I don't think so. But let's try it. Let's see. So we landed. Holy moly, was that lucky. There's this little, like, little piece of geometry. We've landed. I can't believe that. Look at that. Look at this little piece of geometry that we've kind of landed on this larger slope. So this slope is like really angled, and there's this little patch that's like a tiny little bit flatter right here that we've somehow managed to land on. Pure luck. Wow. Wow, that was lucky. Kind of tall for landing. Yeah, I had not planned to land anywhere. But hey, we've landed on Gilly. Here we are. Right on this little teeny tiny piece of flatness on this slope. What a piece of luck that turned out to be. Amazing. Okay. Quick save. Now, if I tumble this over, I don't know if I'll ever be able to launch again. Maybe I could kind of line myself along a slope and push myself up it and launch that way, but I don't know. It seems pretty rough. The gravity here is super low. So, let's do some science. Let's start by hitting that one button and see what we get there. Okay, so we've landed at Gillies Midlands and done more science. Here's the mystery observation. Nothing special, it's just goo in the Midlands. The crew report is a basic assessment. Temperature scan. The gravity scan. The team back at KSC will enjoy these detailed readings. Look at that, 180 science for that. Love that. Atmospheric pressure scan from Gillies Midlands. You think that you have a reading for a second, but nope. It's just a smudge on the gauge. All right, there we go. Big Os, welcome to the channel. Good to have you. Leave SAS on. Yes, I will leave the pilot. So I got to give Mikey Jr. props. This was a good landing from him. This was a really nice piece of piloting from Mikey Jr. Well done. Our engineer, Lori, is basically along for the ride. She doesn't have anything to build or fix, but that's okay. Big O says, KSP, it's my favorite game. It is a fantastic game. It's been keeping me occupied with all these challenges for a month and a half now, and I feel like I've only scratched the surface. There's so much stuff. And we will leave SAS on, so the ship will maintain its upright posture. We are currently pointed radial out, so that's probably helping us quite a bit to maintain upright. I still think it was super lucky we found this little flat patch, but definitely SAS is helping. Now, we've done our science that we can do from inside the cabin. Now it's time for Radu to do his Ava. Go down to the surface and get a sample and plant a flag. How about that? Planting a flag on Gilly. How nuts is that? All right. Let's let go. Turn RCS on. Back away from the ship. The ship is not turning over. Love that. And the gravity here is so incredibly low that I don't think I'm going to be able to move around very much at all. So we're just going to get down here. We're going to do our Ava report, plant our flag, take our surface sample, and then we're going to go home. But this was amazing. We actually landed on Gillies Midlands. Love that. All right, Radu Jr., do your work. So, let's take an Ava report first. You can barely move without flying away from the surface. You wish you'd brought an anchor. Okay. Let's take a surface sample. The composition of elements is very similar to that of an asteroid. Yeah, Gilly's barely a moon, right? 270 science. We'll keep that. We'll do our golf swing. He waves goodbye to the golf ball. Big smile on his face. He's very happy with that. And conclusive evidence, the new situation has not improved their creativity. Initial testing of off-world sporting possibilities a go. Not only the ball flight characteristics allow for some spectacular shots, but real estate prices are currently still a bargain. 225 science. Love that. Okay. So the only thing left to do is plant our flag. Gilly Midlands. Mikey Jr., Lori, and Radu Jr. were the first Kerbals to land on Gilly. Okay. Amazing. Really fun landing here on Gilly. I'm really pleased that we actually managed to land it all upright. So now it's time to go home, which means we got to turn our RCS back on, shoot ourselves up a little bit, and get over to the hatch without knocking the rocket over here. Not too much motion, just a little bit, so we slowly approach. This is good. This is looking good. Just grab it lightly, Radu. Grab it lightly. Okay, good. Good job. Wow, fantastic. So we have done a ton of science. We made it to Eve, landed on Gilly, which is barely a moon. Look at how small it is. And now it is time to go home for sure. All right, so now we can put ourselves into the right orbit. We're even facing the right way. This landing was like almost perfect. Look at this. We're facing directly to the east. So, okay, I'm going to do another quick save here, and we are going to take off and go home. Radu says, oops, I'm on Gilly. Use left control. Hope I don't sneeze my way into orbit. I'd worry about farting, says Michael. All right. So yeah, we're just gonna, our engine is still way down at 6 here, so we're just gonna take off ever so slowly with shift. And just like that, we're taking off. Twist around a little bit to face this 90-degree heading. And we're going to start angling. So we're already halfway to the apoapsis we need, so I guess at this point we can kind of push it to like 45. Does not take much to get off of Gilly. It said the Delta V map said 30 meters per second, and I believe it. Look at this, 30 meters a second to orbit. We're barely using any fuel here, and we're already almost at our apoapsis. I think I want an apo of around 9 for Gilly here. I don't know what orbital velocity we need. Something like 30 meters per second, I guess. That would make sense for 30 dV. Push a little bit more sideways here to get some more horizontal velocity going. Let's see. To Gilly orbit with just a Kerbal stomach and a burrito. You guys are gastronomically oriented this morning. It's interesting. Okay, let's break there and warp out to our apoapsis. It should do just about fine. Let's face prograde. We can burn a little bit more now to bring our periapsis up. Okay. And there we go. Looks pretty good. 7.4 is a little on the low side here, but it should be enough to avoid slamming into anything, I think. I think Gilly is small enough that looking at the orbital path is good enough. And now, finally, we're going the right direction. Finally, we're going prograde here. So, with that done, our next step is to get home. Looks anticlimactic. Well, if you were expecting an explosion and multiple deaths, I've renamed the stream from the noob stream to the not-so-noob stream because I feel like I've learned enough about the game that I'm not a total noob anymore. I mean, we did just land on Gilly, right? That's not something a first-time player would be capable of doing. And we have the DV to get home, so I'm happy about that too. Let's go ahead and take a look now at planning our return. So, our origin here is going to be Eve. I'm not sure what you would call our initial orbit, but this is going to be a rough estimate anyway. We want to go back to Kerbin, and we're in year 20, day 381. Okay, let's plot this. Now, this is the same tool as the website that I had used before, but it's just been added as a mod. So you can get the transfer window planner as a mod. And they're saying, what are they saying? Ejection DV 1391 and insertion 1131. So we're comfortably within that margin. That comes out to, what's that? 14 plus 12 is 26. We're comfortably within that margin. Okay. So we want to wait for year 2. No, we want to wait for year 21, day 237. So let's set an alarm that takes us there. We want to go to year 21, day 237. So a little bit less than a full year here. I can't remember how many days are in a Kerbal year, but let's put in 400 to start and see where that gets us. Year 21, day 355. That's more than 100 ahead. That's like 120-ish, so we'll come down to 280. That's going to put us at 235. We'll add 2 more days and we're done. Okay, so we have our transfer window to go back home. Thanks to this amazing transfer window planner. What other world first milestones do we have? Landed on the surface of Gilly, 60,000 Kerbucks. Love that. Walked on the surface and planted a flag, another 50K. So we're bolstering our funds here by doing all this stuff. 430 days in a year in KSP. Thank you, Radu. I thought it was around there, but I wasn't sure. Let's go back to the Space Center now. Or rather, I should have gone to the tracking station. And let's go to the tracking station. Zoom out. Oh man, I love that. The fact that I have communications to Duna, and I would have communications all the way out to Eve, I think. I had like a 1% strength when we were on the other side of the sun. But I kind of blew up my I blew up my Communotron in Eve's atmosphere, so we don't have that anymore. But now that we have a nice high-level view, what I'm going to do here is go to Better Warp. Oh, we're already at 5 warp. Okay, so that's fine. Then let's just go and warp to our alarm. Happens nice and fast at 1,000,000 times warp speed. And there we go. Now we have our window. So from Eve to Kerbin, this is the window we want. This is the phase angle we want to have an efficient transfer. And now we're just going to climb out of Eve's orbit up to Kerbin, probably somewhere around there. So let's go back to the first woman one, which orbited Eve and landed on Gilly. And let's plan our burn. Let's turn our engines all the way back up. And let's plot something here. What do we want to do here? So we want to be going... we want to be prograde. So we want to be prograde with Gilly's trajectory. That's our final goal. And we can get close to that from around Gilly here. Let's add a maneuver here and just kind of throw a ton of delta V on it until we get an escape from Gilly. Okay, that's an escape from Gilly at 660. It said something around like 1,000 meters per second we wanted, so I'll push it up there in that direction. And that's actually a really good sign. So we want the periapsis to be as close to Eve as possible, because that means all of our delta V is pushing us around and out further on the side where we're going to intercept Kerbin. So that's pretty good. What does that get us? That pushes us close to Kerbin, but not close enough. So we're going to have to adjust our ejection. We're going to have to add more delta V. We need basically an intercepted apoapsis over here. Let's set Kerbin as our target. And let's come over here and take a look. Yeah, we're not quite where we need to be in terms of our apo here. So let's go back to this and keep adding delta V. I think it said something like 1,300, right? It gets us close. That actually gets us a little bit too far, so we're busting past Kerbin at that point. Probably because we already have a bunch of room out from Gilly, or from Eve, because we're in orbited Gilly. Let's start bringing this down. 20 meters per second should be fine. Let's bring that down a bit. Now, why are we not even seeing a closest approach, though? $13 million. What's Kerbin's orbit? Something like 13.3? 13.338. Okay. So 13.338 is what we're aiming for. 339. There we go. That's right on target. So that should give us an intercept with Kerbin if we're in the right position. I suppose we need to start like tweaking things left and right a little bit. That was too much. Let's bring this down. Actually, what does our phase angle or our ejection look like? Okay, so our ejection is wrong, and we can fix that. And then we can adjust our delta V as well. So let's get our ejection pretty close to prograde here. You're in a sus orbit. Use radial out right now. Go straight out from Eve. When you don't use the closest approach, you know you messed up. I'm working on it, guys. I'm working on it. So we're going to move until our ejection is parallel. Wait, do we want it to be... We don't want it to be parallel to... Yeah, there we go. We want it to be parallel to the purple line, which is Eve's orbit. And that's pretty close to this green line. So I think we'll just stay aiming at the green line as much as we can. That's pretty close. That brings our periapsis in again. Okay, there we go. And now I think we can start taking delta V off, because we've gone way too far now. Let's put this up to 50. There we go. Now we're getting a close encounter. Okay. So I was much too... My ejection angle was wrong. But I can get there. We want to go more. What just happened? I lost it. Target position at closest approach. Okay, so we're going too far. Is that the problem? That's getting further away. We're going too fast, so we need to bring this down and then adjust our angle, I think. I wonder if we're not going far enough. Where is this burn? 13 minutes? We're going too fast, it looks like, but I don't see another way to... I don't see another way to get close. If I bring it in? I think we need more delta V, not less. Come on, help me find it. That's getting closer. Hold on. All right, so I kind of got the pattern now. I got to take this back and then push closer with more delta V. There we go. There's an encounter. Just like that. Okay. So this is pretty much what we need to do. If we look at this burn, we're actually going a little bit further outside of Kerbin's orbit and then cycling back to meet it over here. But we do get the meeting. Part of this is probably due to the fact that we've got our plane slightly wrong here. We're not doing the plane change and we're not accounting for it correctly. But this is going to get us home for 900 meters per second. I'm happy with that. And the burn starts in 6 minutes, so we timed it just right. Okay. Let's face our maneuver node. Let's quick save. We would like this to be as accurate as possible, but I don't have time to fiddle around with it anymore. We're already 5 minutes out from the burn. So I will quick save here. I'm actually going to turn the gimbal limit down just a bit more so we don't have any wobbling. And let's dance forward to our burn and see if we can get home. That worked out well. Okay. 3, 2, 1, burn. Farewell, Gilly. It's nice to meet you. So we're going to want to see... our apoapsis here match this one. 13,772,000. Okay, careful, careful. Get close, and then feather it with shift. 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Let's just face prograde now. And, oh, I lost it. What was it? 13 something? I'm just going to feather this a little bit. Prograde, apoapsis. Why is it not moving at all? What's happening? What's happening? Why is it not moving? Where's my... wait, where's my orbit? That's this, right? Should I wait for the Eve escape? If I add a maneuver here and throw some prograde on it, then what? Then what happens? Yeah, that moves out, right? Let me get the encounter back this way. Or maybe I just do a mid-course correction? I don't know. I was not off by that much, like 10 meters per second of delta V. Somehow we lost the encounter a little bit. Not sure what happened there. You're out of DV. Go stage it. Oh my god, lol. Oh, is that what happened? Oh, you're right. I ran out. No wonder. Wow. Okay. Yes. Let's stage our next engine. So, farewell, all of you. I'm now working with this. Okay. This is active, right? No. So I stage one more time. There we go. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Radu. That helped. Okay. I was like, I'm feathering the engine, but nothing's happening. Okay, so I would like to see my... Where's my apoapsis? I have a periapsis, but no apoapsis? Oh, there it is. Okay. No, I don't want to warp there. This was supposed to be 13 and change, right? Yeah, I'm leery of doing this manually, but... I can't remember what it was. Was it 777? Just leave it on just a little bit and see if we can resolve this. Actually, the better way to do it is to pin the closest approach and make sure it's going down. So that's at 396. Yeah, that's dropping. Okay. So we'll keep watching that as it drops. And hope we get the encounter back. Down to 260, 260,000, 500,000 kilometers. That's 200,000. It's slowing down now. 150,000. 100,000. There we go. We got the encounter back. Okay. So now our Kerbin periapsis is at 82,000 kilometers. And we need something like 70. I am going to keep pushing this a little bit to see if I can get it closer. Yeah, it is still going down. Nope, and then it started going up right away. Okay, so that's as close as we can get for now. Whew. Okay, Radu, thanks for hanging out, man. We'll see you next. See you when you get back, hopefully. You and Radu Jr. All right, so let's save there. And I guess now we come over and do a mid-course correction. So we're going to be coming all the way around here. Let's unclip some of this stuff. I don't know that I need all of this kind of floating. Sun apoapsis can be unclipped. Wait, whose apoapsis is currently pinned? Oh, I got two here. I can't unpin one of them because it's too close to the other thing. Okay, okay. Let's see. If I focus in on Kerbin now... No, it's probably too far out still. 82,000 kilometers. Let me come here and look at a mid-course correction. So if we add a maneuver here and start monkeying around with this, then what? Yeah, then things start to spread out a little bit. Yeah, it's really hard to see at the moment. There we go. There's the projected one, 73,000. I can't get it much lower than that. 72. Yeah, 72, 290, 280. So that's about the best I can do with the mid-course. And then we're going to have to fix it more when we get closer. Okay, I can work with that. How are we doing for... Yeah, our charge is fine. Our things are taking care of us. So, let's go ahead and warp to this mid-course. And we're going to want our engines down a little bit lower for this. Down around 10 or 12? Sure, that works. Let's warp forwards. Larry, welcome back to the channel, says, Larry says, you can aero brake at curb and the Science Junior shouldn't be a problem anymore. Yeah, no kidding, right? I guess you caught up, or you were here earlier? Yeah, we burned it up in Eve's atmosphere, unfortunately. But you are right. We should be able to aero brake just fine. But we also have tons of DV, so we don't really need to. We can just get closer and closer to the encounter and keep tweaking it a little bit. Okay, so 44 seconds to burn. We're burning mostly, yeah, pretty much pure retrograde here. Just to slow ourselves down a little bit and get a wider encounter window. Let's take care of this burn. And here we go in 3, 2, 1, burn. Not bad, not bad. Okay, so now we have our encounter in 105 days. And I think probably what we want to do... So curb and periapsis is 107 days. So we'll have 2 days inside here to kind of monkey around. I think we probably just add a maneuver here and then start tweaking that, right? So if we focus in on Kerbin, where is Kerbin right now? Focus view. We are going to be coming in well below it looks like. So we need to, actually, we probably need to fix that right now. Probably can't really afford not to have that fixed. So, I mean, if we did it here, what does it look like? It's expensive, right, to bring it up? Yeah, we need to do that here. Okay. Let me cancel this maneuver, and let's just face normal right now. And just feather this ever so slightly and see what that does. Coming in at a weird angle. Okay, that's not doing much. Maybe I need to plan this a little bit more. So from where we are, if I add a maneuver here and like jank it up a lot, does that, what does that do? Does that fix it? It doesn't seem like it. Doesn't really seem like it's doing much to it at all. Okay. So that's not the solution. Yeah, I can't tell what it's doing. So the descending node is over here. So maybe we want to... Where's the encounter? Past that? So maybe we want to do it at the descending node. We're at -2 degrees. Add a maneuver here, perhaps? And now we go up? Yeah, I guess that's the place to do it then. Okay, I guess that's the best we can do. That's going to bring our periapsis up somewhat, but we're still going to be down underneath. Can we fix it more? Yeah, we can. Okay. Let's push this up a little bit more. There we go. Okay, that actually gets us an encounter with the moon as well, which is fun. All right, let's get that taken care of so our plane is correct, and then we'll worry about other adjustments. This is enough to be working with, because we're 11,000 kilometers out. From here, we could definitely get home. All right, so we're gonna go to this very first. We're gonna go to this next maneuver node, and we're gonna burn normal. All right, let's get this taken care of. I need to bump up my engine power for this. That looks good. Thanks for the tips, Larry. Glad you're here. Okay. 1 minute from burn time. Let's get closer. And here we go, burning. 3, 2, 1, go. So fortunately, we budgeted more than enough fuel for this trip. I think we're gonna get home with like 1,500 to spare, maybe even more. But in the worst case scenario, like you were saying, we could have air braked. As long as we got close enough to Kerbin to do it, we would have been fine. So it looks like we budgeted quite a bit extra, which is good, because it gives me the confidence to do this the right way, get home safely. I'm gonna try any risky maneuvers. There's Kerbal. I wonder what those two dots are. I guess they must be Moho and Eve. They're the only ones who would be close enough, I think. Inside our orbit. Okay. Almost done. Almost done. There we go. Okay. Let's go see what our approach is looking like now. I think it's looking pretty good. Is it? Do we need to go up? Do we need to go up more? Or did I go up too much here? Feels like I thought I was like pretty much in line with... Hang on, did I go up too high or not high enough? Let me quick save this. Oh, I did. I just missed the last little bit. Okay, there we go. And that's about as good as I can get it. Okay. So this is really interesting. We're actually going to be coming in real close to the mun here, or the moon. We can maybe use that for a gravity assist, but I think we need to come in along the outside, or the inside of it, right? To get it to slow us down, we have to come along the inside. So let's see what that looks like. If we can figure out that somehow. Let's add a maneuver here. And I think for this one, we probably just want to go radial in, right? We want the moon to slow us down with the gravity assist. This turned out really fortuitous. I like that. Let's go... Which direction is it? Yeah, inwards towards the planet. Let's see if we can get inside of the moon by a little bit. Yeah, so that's gonna I think that slows us down, right? Would it not? No, maybe I have this wrong. Maybe it's exactly where I need it. Yeah, this would pull us further away from Kerbin, I guess, and send us... So maybe I don't want to do this at all. Not sure. Here's our Kerbin periapsis. So actually, if we bring it in even more, the moon should curve us more towards Kerbin, I think. Wouldn't that increase our velocity? Hold on. Kerbin escape in 15 days, 1 hour. Right. If we come inwards, then Kerbin escape is in 14 days. So we're going faster. Okay, so we don't want to be on the inside of it, actually. Okay. So let's zero that out. And then if instead we actually get our periapsis of the moon closer, 15 days, 1 hour. If we do bring it in, but just by a tiny amount, that puts our periapsis at 17. Then our escape, 36 minutes. I guess it slows us down just a little bit. Can I get, like, super close, or what? That's like slamming into the planet. So if I get to like 7.4, yeah, it doesn't really change much. So really, all I want to focus on here, I don't want to mess around too much with this. We kind of accidentally got an encounter. It should be doing something. So really, all we want to do is fix our angle coming out. So I think we can do that. Yeah, we can do that with some normal burning. Yeah. There we go. That looks not quite right. That looks right. And then over here, we burn retrograde and try to capture. There we go. Maneuver 2, 704, maneuver 1, 2.9. Okay, all right. That's going to get us into a nice orbit inside the moon around Kerbin from which we can go home. Okay. Whew. Did you point retrograde in Eve's atmosphere? I couldn't see it, had my eyes closed. For it to slow you down, the encounter has to be close to Kerbin periapsis. The moon has 7,000 meter high mountains. I found out by trying. We're not going to come in that far. Looks like 28. Should be good. All right. Let's get this done. We're almost home. Let's turn this way down here. That looks good. First encounter is pure normal. All right, we're good. Let's warp in. First maneuver, not encounter. Coming in home. Okay. Looks good, looks good. We're already facing the right direction with our SAS engaged, so I'll just warp forward to the burn point. And here we go. I can't really see what I'm looking at here. Oh well. Close enough. So right now, we'll have a moon encounter in 1 day. Our periapsis will be 27 kilometers, which is more than enough to worry about the moon's mountains. Then we escape the moon's gravity and come over here to our Kerbin periapsis and slow down to get ourselves into orbit. And that is just pure retrograde. So let's face retrograde. Let's zoom forward. Suppose we can go take a look at the moon flying by. That was fast. We got there. Oh, I know what I need to do. I need to put this way back up. Start burn in 33 minutes. There's Kerbin. There's the moon. Closer and closer. The engine should have survived the atmosphere if used like a heat shield. You only went down to 88 or so. Yeah, the problem was I was facing prograde. I didn't use the engine as a heat shield. I used the nose cone and the Science Junior, which was a big mistake, but that's what makes these streams entertaining, right? You learn something new every time you screw up and something blows up and you don't have it anymore. That's the whole point. I tried to put a captured asteroid in orbit around the moon so I could see it from the ground racing by close above me. That sounds fun. Yeah. In my off-stream game, I just found some of my first asteroids, including an I-class interstellar comet that I have to go explore. That's really interesting stuff. I haven't really considered moving them into other people's orbits yet, though. But for this game, for the stream game, it might be kind of interesting to try to move an asteroid into orbit around Eve and then put a refueling station on it. That would be fun. All right, here we go with our burn. Very nice. Very nice. Okay. And we can watch as our orbit coming in from Eve begins to curve around out of the sun's orbit and being inserted into Kerbin's orbit. Welcome back, Radu. Yeah, I have a lot of DV, fortunately, so we're able to do this right. Ye good old asteroid station. Yeah, that'd be kind of a fun one to do on stream. Maybe I'll start thinking about that. Lots of encounters happening, buzzing past them. And there we go. Okay. Very good. Got a nice circular orbit around Kerbin. We're basically home at this point. Let's come out to Apoapsis, do some more retrograde burning, and get our periapsis down inside Kerbin's atmosphere and go home. Well, this is a little high out. Maybe we should bring it in first. We have the DV for it, so we might as well. I'm not even going to plan this as a maneuver. I'm just going to burn here and do it by hand. Let's bring it down to like 200,000 or so. There we go. That looks pretty good. Still plenty of delta V left. Let's warp here and bring our Apo in. All right, we can speed this up a little bit. Oh no. Well, I guess it overwrote me. There we go. So one extra orbit that we didn't need is fine. On equatorial moon orbit, you can let it race through the canyon and stand on the edge and almost touch it. But refueling would have to be done quickly. Interesting. All right, let's bring Apo in now. Plenty of delta V left. We can slow ourselves way down and make this just a very simple, straightforward, standard drop into orbit, or into the atmosphere. Lots of DV left over. And yeah, I think I want to land on the light side here. Okay. Actually, that should bring a periapsis of 59 right around there. Maybe a little bit more. Let's get down to like 40. That should land us pretty close to the Kerbal Space Center, I think. I'm kind of estimating and guessing, but we'll see. Maybe not, actually. The atmosphere really slows you down fast. We'll probably land somewhere here. But there we go. We're home. At this point, all I have left to do is separate and use my heat shield. So I'll do one last quick save. We will turn ourselves around a little bit first. Get rid of our extras. Face retrograde and time to go home. Ah, Kerbin, you beautiful blue ball. You are truly spectacular. Okay, here we go. Home from Eve. All three of you are going to be level 5, I think, after this. Not only did you orbit Eve after heading to Duna, you landed on Gilly. Planted a flag there. Starting to get some atmospherics yet, not quite. Once the heat starts, yeah, I'll turn it back down to 1 and we'll watch this happen. Imagine passing an asteroid through a moon arch. Yeah, that'd be fun. Or decommissioning a rocket by hitting it with an asteroid. To land at the KSC from 100 kilometer burn retrograde over the desert airfield? I don't know where the desert airfield is. I'm probably not going to get what I wanted here. Is that over here? Where am I right now? So you're saying, like, is this the desert airfield you're talking about? I can see as the atmosphere slows us down, the periapsis is heading east. I don't know. I feel like I'll be at least on the right side of the planet. Let's go watch this happen. Where's my ship? So yeah, it's slowing us down a lot. I don't think we're gonna make it that far. Larry on his way to fill chat with tips. Larry says yes. Okay, so I should have started my retrograde burn somewhere around here, huh? Gotcha. So we'll land way too soon to reach the KSC. Yeah, I can already see it. It's way back here. So we should have started somewhere around here, I guess, from what you're saying. But that's fine. Hold on a second. Where are my parachutes? Oh no. Oh no. No. I didn't just lose the Science Junior, you guys. I did not just lose the Science Junior. I lost my parachutes too. Yeah, it's gonna have to be. Once you slow down enough, it's gonna have to be a parachute landing. Wait, that means we're gonna lose all the science. Oh god, we're gonna lose all the science. That's no good. I don't even know how to use the parachutes, to be honest. Oh god. This is not good. Can I save them? How fast should I be going here? I mean, we gotta wait for the atmospheric burns to stop. The crew does not have chutes either. I'm just realizing now. I think Mikey has one, but they have like a science kit and a Yeah, no parachutes. Oh, that's not good. Well, I wanna see if I can save Mikey, and then we'll reload to orbit and go send a rescue mission for them. So he's gonna let go. Yep, and then how do I engage this? Okay. All right, so that's how I would do it. But yeah, I can't abandon the other ones. All right, where was this quick save? Where are we? We're coming into the atmosphere, so I can't have that. I gotta speed them back up again. Prograde. This has to be above 70,000. But okay, so fortunately we have the fuel for this, but we're gonna have to mount a rescue mission because they don't have any parachutes. Okay, they're gonna be fine for a while. They're gonna be okay. You know what? Actually, this makes a really cool mission for next episode, because what I can do is I can send a probe up with radial parachutes in its inventory, and I can try to have Lori, our engineer, do an AVA and attach them to the capsule, right? Like if I have, can she carry or move a parachute? She can do AVA construction, right? So she can move a parachute from one vessel to another. So I can launch a probe up here, rendezvous alongside them, and then I can have Lori get out and attach 2 radial mounted parachutes, and hell, we could even give her a third one, onto this while they're in orbit around the planet. All right, so we've got a plan. We got a plan. Next episode, we're going to do the rescue mission with in-orbit construction. Our engineer, Lori, aka Larry, is going to swap some parachutes onto their craft, and they're going to land. They're going to land in their Eve vessel for sure. I could send up a shoot tug, but that's a boring entry to me. I want to do AVA construction in orbit and patch some parachutes on this bad boy and save it that way. We could send up something with a claw to grab onto it and bring it home. I mean, the other thing I could try, 1,300 is not enough. I was going to say I could try a powered landing, but 1,300 is not enough. You need like 3,400 minimum. So yeah, next episode, we're going to send up a tug, or not a tug, we're going to set up a probe, and Lori's going to transfer a bunch of parachutes over to the First Woman 1, and we are going to land it, and we'll try Larry's advice too. We'll try changing the way we set up our retro burn to try to land at the KSC by burning over the desert airstrip. So that's going to be it for today. I'm going to go get some breakfast and some coffee. Thank you guys for being here. Thanks for, coming back after my vacation and being here to share this with me. I'll tell you one other thing I do want to do. I will quick save here. I'll go to the Space Center. I'll actually do a hard save on the stream save. I'll show you one other thing I want to do. But that's the plan for next time, is to send some parachutes up via probe and have Lori attach them to their ship on site so they can land it. Let's save the game to stream. There we go. And then if we go to the tracking station, I just learned about this. Let's look at our probes. What do we have? Surveyor 1 orbiting Minmus? Sure, let's fly this. So the probes have CurbNet access with their whatsamajiggies, their controllers. Oh, can you be a thing, please? Aim camera. There we go. All right. So where is here we go. The Probodobodyne Hex has CurbNet access. So we can actually look at the surface of Minmus here. Let me drag the FOV out. Here we go. Okay. So there's Minmus. Let me turn off the grid. And we can cycle the display mode as well. So we can... Oh, it only has the one display mode. Okay, so this core... They have different ones, but this core only has the one, I guess. So what I was going to say is that on another one, not on this Probodobodyne Hex, Dang, I thought this one was more advanced, so it would have more stuff, but it only has the one display mode. Do I have anything else in the area? With another probe core in it. Let me go back to the tracking station. One of them could find, like, oddities on the surface. Let me go to Science Station. I'm pretty sure this one has it. How close are we to Minmus right now? We're pretty far out. But still, it should work. Let's come in here and find the probe core. I can't remember which section it's in here. Where is the... What is this? That's this... I don't need that thing. That's not going to work. Is there a probe core in here? Here it is. Yeah, the hex. Okay, let's go to CurbNet access. And this one we're really far out. Let's go in. I thought this one had it. I don't know why I don't have display mode. Possibly because I haven't scanned, or... I don't know. Anyway, in my other game, one of these had a little question mark on it somewhere. So I wanted to experiment with that. We can go find some of the Easter eggs that are hidden on the moons and planets if we get a satellite in position that can find them. So it had found like a little question mark on Minmus. And let me, I don't know, let me see what happens if I zoom in a little closer here. If I, like, warp to periapsis with the station. All right, so now let's get that CurbNet access going. What is Scott's Adventure? Yeah, before I was able to cycle the display mode, I don't know what Scott's Adventure is. I guess that's the named location there. But as I was, yeah, I don't know. I'm not, this is new to me, all this CurbNet stuff. But at one point I was looking at Minmus and there was a little question mark. So it was something we could go explore. Too crappy core, I guess. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is. I'll have to go see why it's working on my other stream and not this one, or my other save. But anyway, so we've got a plan. We're gonna rescue the crew of the First Woman 1 by sending a probe up. We're gonna do some in-orbit AVA construction to attach some parachutes so they can get home. And then we'll figure out what to do next. Maybe some asteroid stuff. Maybe I'll grab a contract and we'll just challenge ourselves that way. But overall, this was a fun return to KSP, and I'm glad you guys were here. Thanks again for being here. Radu, Larry, I think Mike was here. Who else was here? Big Os showed up for the first time. Amogus showed up. And Noah was here briefly. So thank you guys all for being here. Have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you the next time I stream. I'll be streaming again tomorrow morning. So take care, and we'll see you then. Bye.